know as much as me then. Okay, yeah, that's it. I mean, it's the top of the range Fabia, the sporty model of vRS. Petrol engine, obviously, and you're right. It's 1.4 supercharged, turbocharged. So the supercharged gives you the instant torque out the corners, and the turbocharger, about 2,500 revs onwards, gives you the punch that you'd expect. Okay, so good engine, obviously a little bit smaller. Traditionally, you might have a 1.8 or 2 litre petrol engine in a hot hatch. You've got the economy with this, but you've got the power and the torque. Matched to the 7-speed DSG box, which is probably the best gearbox in the world, to be honest. If you've driven other cars in the range or in the group, then you're familiar with that.
You're using sport
yeah, you're welcome to use. There's various modes, obviously, you might be familiar with. You've got the drive mode for economy, normal driving. Sport mode. If anybody can drive better than the sport mode, let me know. You can pop it across for Tiptronic for people that want to fiddle up and down, but to be honest with you, the sport mode will do all that for you. And you can use the paddles at any time. If you use the paddle, they will override that mode.
Right.
So if I'm in, for instance, D there or S, I can use the paddles, and that will remain sort of prevalent until I pull the right hand paddle for a second or two, and then it will go back to the drive mode. Very excellent gearbox, excellent engine.
And you can feel, I can feel the road. Maybe it's because on the pedal I didn't push it that much, because I just felt numb. It felt numb.
Okay.
Can't you?
This can do both. You can drive, put it into drive mode, drive normally, fuel efficient, nice car. Well, we're going to go up towards that blue car on the right, please. Thanks.
vRS.
But it will do that kind of work as well. Let's check something.
That's £2,500 cheaper than the Polo. That's a lot.
Well, the Skodas tend to be sensibly priced, have a reasonable amount of standard equipment.
Yeah, but that's
very well built.
That's a big gap.
Exactly.
Can I reverse it here?
Please. So you just put it a bit like an automatic, you just pop it up into reverse. Thank you.
There were no Skodas here from the communist era. I was brought up very close to our dealership. Yeah.
Right.
Good. I like it.
It's
a badass.
It's a difficult car to fault really, because it's well priced, as you mentioned, very well built, excellent reliability, and you've got this current state of the art gearbox system. It's a lot better than most supercars, to be honest. And you've got an engine that's frugal and yet powerful. And it's more expensive to build an engine with a supercharger than a turbocharger. It's just to throw in a 2 litre, you know. Okay, you get a Focus, or not a Focus, say something like a Fiesta ST, 2 litre engine, fine, but you know, much cheaper to do it that way than to do it this way. But this is where it's at the moment.
Yeah, because I'm reading all the spec and everything. I was thinking, well, why aren't they offering a manual? Because it would be cheaper.
What you'll find is
you just can't take it.
The next few, well, no, you can. There are manual cars, you know, massive amounts of power.
With the amount of torque that this engine has, though.
Oh, you've got manual cars like, you know, Ferraris and so on, and Lamborghinis. You can build a manual, but you'll find they'll be phased out. You won't be able to buy a manual in several years' time. Because this gearbox will do a much better job than your I can, and I've done this for quite a few years. You know, in the drive mode, it will be up to 5th, 6th, 7th, saving you fuel. As soon as you put your foot down, it will back down to 4th instantly. In sport mode, you see while you're braking heavily down to those sharp corners, you know, it's going from 5th to 4th to 3rd in the hairpin, it's going down, and it's doing it all for you, and it's getting all the revs right.
And you can't detect when it's changing, you can't follow the gear changes, can you? They're so quick.
I think because you're concentrating on the driving at the moment, but spending time with the car, you get used to it. But you'll find you won't have a traditional gear stick in a few years' time. For instance, the brand new Ferrari is the first Ferrari now. You can't order it with a manual gear stick, the same as this. It's got the semi-auto. There's just no need. You know, it's more fuel efficient. With that program, that will save more fuel than you will driving. But if you put it into sport mode, it will change gear more efficiently and more quickly than you're able to do while you're in the middle of doing all that stuff.
And this is a patent by VW. The DSG
I believe so. It's to my knowledge, it's the best system that's available. You've got the convenience of the automatic, but you've got the fuel efficiency and the sportiness of a manual, because it is a manual gearbox. So this particular model is not available in manual, but I think you'll find in the next few years that manuals per se they'll be obsolete.
Just down to the efficiency, fuel efficiency.
You've got the best of both worlds. You've got the convenience of an auto style box, but you've got the performance and the efficiency of a manual. So you know, I was very dubious a few years ago when I first started driving. I thought, oh, we all like changing gear, but to be honest, the systems nowadays are so good, you don't need it.
That's it.
Was that okay?
Yeah, so it's still interactive, even if it's a DSG gearbox doing most of the work. You still, on the track, I felt, you know, I could feel the drift. I could feel the.
Oh, you've got
the road.
Great feedback from the car.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm very impressed with it. I mean, I work for a lot of manufacturers, and some cars you're getting a little bit of an anticlimax, but this you jump in, it's actually more than you expect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Get my composure back. Thanks very much.
No, you're welcome. Thank you.
All right. Cheers.
Thank you.